So this is a cold one with Corey and Carlisle. And if you don't know already, this is simply a free-form conversation recording session where Carlisle and I, we sit down, we have a six-pack of beer, and we talk about things that happened the previous week before. Now, these are more like audio podcasts, which means that they're longer than our video reviews, and they're also unedited. So if you're offended by the foul language, you might not want to listen. But if you aren't, then sit back, hang out with us, and we hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Live from the Spill Studios, located behind a liquor store off the I-35 interchange, it's time once again for a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
Man, when you just going to change it to behind the crack house?
Because
off of MLK Drive.
Because you're not located behind a crack house. Am I lying that you're located behind a liquor store?
But it is the best liquor store here in Austin.
It is, but I'm not lying, am I? That was not a lie.
It's the convenience store that sells beer. They have wine tasting there. It's very cultured. You make it sound like I'm behind like the place where winos walk out with brown bags and shit.
You're behind the place where hippies go to get blasted.
Actually, that is true. It's hipsterville for alcoholics.
Yeah, because they don't just sell. It's not like it's a place that sells Schlitz and Corona.
Even though you can get that.
You can get Schlitz and Corona. No, it sells beers for the finer beer drinkers.
It's beer for the guy with the ironic facial hair and mustache and t-shirt.
Yeah, this is the place that Cyrus drives across town to buy beer from.
When there's like a place right across the street, he just sounds better. I'm coming out of the Whip Inn. Anyway,
see, now I didn't say what it was called.
Oh, Whip Inn's the best place in town, though, to go for a convenience store. If you're going to go and buy beer and come out and try to sound cultured when you do it, it really is. I want to give them a shout because they're always nice to me because apparently I drink a lot too.
They're a great store, but that doesn't stop the fact that you're located behind a liquor store off the I-35
And it's funny because I'm always over there. As a matter of fact, there's a little guy named Malcolm there who's always nice to me. Hey, Corey, how you doing? Getting fucked up again? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Already there, just getting more fucked up. So, how you doing, man? We're doing this early today.
We're doing this really early because we had a whole big recording session today. We recorded a whole bunch of this week's reviews and next week's reviews even. So, decided, hey, let's do it a little early. Let's get it out of the way so that we can have other things go on in the sordid late night evening.
Exactly. So we're having a couple of cold waters right now because it was Halloween weekend. I'll drink.
Oh, what do you? Yeah, because I didn't drink at the several parties I went to this weekend.
I don't like to cast that shadow on people. I'd rather you admit that yourself.
I think we both got fucked up this weekend, my friend.
Oh yeah. So I just decided to take it easy. Shit.
And then we both suffered in the early morning wake up on
going to see Madagascar.
Going to see Madagascar too.
Why did they do that, man?
Because they are rotten bad. Because they didn't think any grown critic adults would actually show up to it anyway.
I mean, even kids are having a candy hangover. I mean, it's like everybody's just messed up trying to go see some goddamn talking lion.
That was the nice thing, though. Did you notice how sedate those kids were? Like they'd had a rough night. They just kind of, man, I shouldn't have had those last caramels.
Oh. Except for the kids that are sitting there farting and shit, because they ate too much the night before. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're here to talk about the top 5 first of all, and whatever happens after that happens.
That's right. Whatever happens, happens, my beautiful friend.
Wow.
So
you just had nothing else to say, did you?
No. You said the phrase "whatever happens, happens," and that's kind of what you tell that girl that you're dating. That hey, baby, just come over to my place, and we'll just take it slow, and then whatever happens, happens.
It's going to be that kind of party. Maybe we should be drinking.
If I thought it was going to be that kind of party, I would have stuck my dick in the mashed
potatoes. Yeah. So
let's get started with the top 5, brought to you by Spill.
All right, let's go into number 5.
Number 5.
Something I know nothing about: The Haunting of Molly Hartley.
The Haunting of Molly Hartley.
Yeah,
did that even open here?
I don't know.
I didn't hear word one about this around here.
Well, we definitely did not have a screening.
We definitely didn't have a screening.
I'm pretty sure it opened up here. I mean, it was showing the trailer here all the time.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer at all.
Yeah, movie made $6 million. That's not a lot at all.
But it's not as low as some of the other movies in recent weeks, especially big movies. So that's not for a film that I had never even heard of. That's not too bad. I mean, it sounds like it's a movie that should open on Halloween.
From Freestyle Releasing, so that's its quality.
That's why. It's a true independent.
Yeah.
So let's go on to number 4.
Number 4, Angelina Jolie movie, The Changeling. Not The Changeling, Changeling.
The Changeling is an awesome 1980 George C. Scott film I talked about last week.
Yeah.
Changeling is a piece of shit.
Now,
No,
I wasn't crazy about. I don't know if I'd say a piece of shit. You weren't able to record with it.
I wasn't there for recording, but I strongly did not like this movie. I was very disappointed. I thought it took a lot of great stuff and just muddled it up and got it all wrong.
Clint Eastwood movie too.
Yeah, not all Clint Eastwood movies are good though.
No,
I mean, you look at Flags of Our Fathers and try to explain that. Compared to
In the Garden of Good and Evil.
Oh,
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is a great movie.
I didn't like that one.
Oh, I love that.
But I'm a big Clint Eastwood fan. Never saw Flags of Our Fathers, but yeah, this movie I was really high on this movie. First of all, it made $9.4 million this weekend,
which is about $9 million too much.
Actually, I guess it made about $10.1 million after it was all done. But it's that, you know what? That's not really good for a Clint Eastwood movie combined with Angelina Jolie. Yeah. Obviously, they put this out hoping that it would garner some Oscar talk. I was really high on this film when I walked out of it, and the complaints that I had about it, saying that it was just too maudlin, too melodramatic, and I thought, like, man, you know what? I'm really being too easy on this film. And by the time it was over with, and I thought people were going to be giving this great reviews. I was nervous about going back and recanting my review. But a lot of people have come down on it.
No, it's a lame film. I mean, it's the best way to describe it. It's kind of like watching torture porn without the torture. I mean, it quite literally is watching Angelina Jolie get the crap beat out of her by the system for an hour and a half before things start turning around, and then she's not even responsible for pulling herself out. Just people come in and kind of pull her out of the terrible situation.
She was kind of helpless in those situations.
But that's the point, is that it's just watching a helpless person of mediocre intelligence, because the character wasn't a smart character, just getting the crap kicked out of her throughout the movie. It was just rough, and it never pays off properly.
See, I thought Clint Eastwood, man, he's a good director. I thought that there were moments where his brilliance as a director came through. I thought there were some good performances in the movie. I like watching it. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't think it was a great film that they're trying to make it be. I mean, that shit is heavy. You know, Clint Eastwood was like, you kill a kid in this movie, that's a guaranteed Oscar right there. Nah, I don't think so.
It was pretty weak. The further I get away from it, the more I hated it. When I walked out, I was kind of like, that wasn't really a good movie.
I hated it.
And now I'm to the point to where, like, dude, I never want to see a frame of that movie again. That movie just...
Now, see, I got to agree with you on that. I don't want to watch this again either. I mean, for one thing, it is rough to watch. I mean, it's depressing. And then when you watch it knowing that they made it that depressing, and you get the feeling that they did it just because heavy films like this, they get Oscars. I mean, I'm thinking, there's nothing here for me, really.
The true story is a fascinating story, and it was one that should have been told. He just put the focus far too heavily on the first half of the movie. He got a lot
of stuff right, from what I looked up. I mean,
no, he got a lot of stuff right, but he also changed a lot of stuff. And the stuff that he changed was some pretty interesting stuff. And then he trumped up the death toll to make it sexier in the film. But well, no, because when you say, he's responsible for killing 5, maybe 6 kids, that's kind of like, that's pretty bad. But the movie's like, killing 20 different kids. It's like, my God. You think...
they made his fucking chicken coop look like Auschwitz. You know?
Yeah, no.
He's trying to...
So I think the story could have made a great film. I think they just took the wrong angles and accentuated the wrong things and made a movie that was it was really kind of boring, and it just kind of meandered along for a while, just waiting for shit to happen.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's a slow movie too, which is, I'm kind of sad because I like the writer Michael J. Straczynski in that.
Yeah, he's all right. He's one of those overrated comic book writers.
That's what I'm saying. I like to see a comic book writer expand and go into drama. I wish
he started out in TV and moved into comic books.
Yeah,
and it wasn't. He did Babylon 5, which I always felt was something of an overrated. Science fiction show.
And it worries me because he was the one that was writing the script for World War Z, and I was like, I hope he does a good job.
Well, genre stuff he tends to do fairly well with, and World War Z is. I'm really curious to see how that turns out as a film, because
that shit ever gets made.
Well, yeah, I mean the thing is it's not a filmable book. I mean, that's
what I kept saying.
It's a documentary. They would have to make it as a documentary, but why? It was so good as a book. I mean, I could see that, but by the time it comes out, the zombie craze. I mean, we're sick of zombie movies now. Is
Zombies
it really gonna
will never die?
No,
literally.
They'll come back later, but people are just kind of sick of them now.
Well, unless they can get this right, we'll have something different that we can do here, and that'll be the one that people will say, "Wow, they never did this with a zombie movie." If they can get it right.
But let's continue on and bring us round to number 3.
Speaking of horrible things, Saw 5.
Saw V.
That's right, Saw V. Electric Boogaloo. $10 million. Cumulative gross right now is $45.8 $8 million. Man, those movies make money.
Yeah, that's weird. But when you look at that, when you're like, oh, hey, it's $45 million, it made $30 million its opening weekend, $10 million its second weekend. That means over the course of 5 days in between, it made like $1 million a day at best.
Yeah, I mean, well, I have to think. Halloween weekend, people they're not going out looking at movies that much. I mean, people are out and hanging out. And
on the weekend, no. Yeah. But so.
But yeah, and that's why they put this movie out a week early, because people like saying, well, why don't they put it out on Halloween? When Halloween's on a weekend, don't expect too much business. So.
No, the thing is if it's on a Sunday, that's when you do it. If Halloween is on a Sunday, you put it out on Friday night, because then Friday and Saturday people are like ramped up for the Halloween, and they're like, oh, because there are some parties, but hey, let's go see a scary movie. But when Halloween is on Friday night, there ain't much Halloween partying on All Saints Day.
No, hell no. Unless you're like us and going to see Madagascar. But so
Madagascar 2, which brings us around to number 2.
Zack and Miri make a porno.
Oh, I'm so happy to see that this did well.
Well, I mean,
it did number 2 on this weekend, and that's
$10.7 million. Not gangbusters, but
no, but his movies never do gangbusters.
And I'm not saying this because you like the movie. I wasn't crazy about it. I thought it was kind of funny, but not crazy about it at all.
So you thought it was a number 2 then?
Yeah, big stinky number 2. And I mean,
your brain. I could see you stutter there, because in your brain you went to the number 2 scene in Zack and Miri.
I did. I said, could I make a joke about this? I'm like, nah, leave it alone, man. I don't even.
Yeah, no, because I saw you thinking it, because I was thinking it too. Because that's the scene that this movie's going to be remembered for. The evacuation scene is going to. It's just going to kill from here on out. It's going to be. Is that the movie where? That's the movie.
It's that one. Now, in the movie, people. Should I spoil it for people? I mean, it's already out. I mean, there's a scene where they're having kids. I feel bad for you, but listen to this. They're having one guy's having butt sex with a girl, and the girl ends up taking a crap all over some guy's face, and I was like, oh my god.
See, now we saw that before we saw Sex Drive. So when she said, "Oh, do you want a Rolling Brown out?" It's like, whoa! I already saw that movie.
You know what? It's funny because Cyrus said the same thing. We were so afraid that we were going to see that twice, and like, no, please, God, no. And I'm waiting for that Kevin Smith movie where he's not repeating a lot of the things that he does. I want to clear something up with people. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and just talk about this after we get through the top 5, because this will be something I can address and you can like latch on to.
Well, okay. Well, I will say that I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I wasn't here for the review, so I really dug the hell out of this film.
Well, tell you what, let's talk, since you weren't here, let's talk about it after we do the top 5.
Okay, well, yeah, but so I that's number 2, which brings us to the number 1 movie.
Beverly Hills High School Musical 3 senior year. Big surprise. Big drop off for this one too. Made $15 million this weekend, up to $61.8 million. I mean, so that's not too bad. I mean, that's for a movie that started out. I mean, it's
for a made-for-TV movie that makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. I think that's an incredible cume.
People loving it. So whatever. I think I sense a trend happening where this is going to be so cheesy. Have the cheese factor there that 20-somethings are going to start watching these and doing sing-alongs with them.
Yeah, well, no, what's going to happen is it's going to take about 5-10 years, but it's going to be like Newsies. It's going to be that thing that in college everyone's going to, that one girl is going to be talking to another girl and go, you know what I really still love? High School the Musical. Oh my God, I love that too. Holy crap, hey, let's go rent it and watch it. We don't have to rent it. I have it in under my cupboard.
These have like the big corporate push behind it. Their success is Newsies. Everybody's like, is that the movie that Batman was in and he was singing a long time ago? That Christian Bale was in that, right? Newsies was a musical about the news guys from the Newsies from the 30s.
But that was a Disney movie that just flopped at the time.
But
it has that secret following among a certain age group of girls, and I think that's going to be what you've got right now is you've got a lot of people. I know it's a lot of people on our site want to hate those movies and they really want to hate them. And I know some of them doth protest too much. I hate those. And they're really watching them. But, like Kent, who actually admits to loving the films. I mean, he really does. He did not stop talking about that while he was here. So, so it's I think that's going to develop that kind of following where it's going to be that whole like almost like what Grease was,
exactly,
to a certain age group. To where I think in 20 years when all of these actors aren't doing anything anymore, maybe one of them will be and won't come back, but they'll have a High School the Musical reunion. High School the reunion musical, and it will.
That would be sad, man. If they did that,
but they're gonna. Come on, we went back to Mayberry, didn't we? And
was a TV. That was a TV movie, and that didn't even do too well.
Well, yeah, but this was a TV movie too.
See, I totally disagree with you on that. They're always going to find a way to keep that franchise going by having new kids in them. Nobody wants to see
they will. But I'm telling you, like 10, 15, 20 years down the road, they're going to revisit this for that age group
at a convention somewhere. They're going to be at a Marriott hotel somewhere.
You know what, dude, you're wrong on this. I'm telling you, they're going to do it. They've got to do it. That's how Disney does these things.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I wouldn't want to see that. I would love to see these old motherfuckers.
Frankly, I'm surprised we haven't seen Saved by the Bell 20th reunion.
Don't even say that. Don't tempt people to do that shit. I don't need to see Screech anymore. After he made that fucking porno, which I did not see, by the way. I'll just make that clear.
See, you bring that up. It's like, I didn't see the porno. Why are you so offended by
it? Because it's Screech in a porno. The whole concept makes me upset. So let's go ahead and get into what we were just talking about. Zack and Miri make a porno. So I knew you'd like the movie. I mean,
yeah, I love the hell out of the movie. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, though, so I'm part of that core audience that sees all of his films in a theater and always have. I even saw Jersey Girl in a theater, for Christ's sake.
Well, I think we all have seen all his movies in a theater.
Well, you guys have because you've gone to review them, but I've actually paid at times to go and see his movies. So
now, see, it's fans like you who have gotten pissed at me. And actually, at all of us, on our review, only Cyrus and I saw this besides you. And on there, we were talking about how we didn't like it. Leon made fun of Kevin Smith being fat because the whole story about him breaking the toilet just came out. So all these people are like, you're just talking about this guy because you have something personal against him and you hate him. And I just want to let people know I have nothing against Kevin Smith personally at all. I think he's great in person. I've seen him speak. And he is the most entertaining guy to sit down and listen to.
But you and Cyrus were the wrong guys to review that movie because you guys don't like his films that much. You'll like Cyrus just a few minutes ago. He was over here and he's like, no. I like his first 3 movies a lot. And it's like, well, yeah, but you stopped liking his movies 10 years ago. You haven't liked anything he's done since. Well, the reason
why is because he's kind of done the same thing. Is the whole thing of why I complain about Guy Ritchie. I mean, Guy Ritchie, he's making the same movie pretty much over and over again with a different face. And Kevin Smith is doing that too.
Kevin Smith is the Woody Allen for geeks. He's doing that same kind of comedy over and over again. All of his movies have the same kind of themes and deal with the same kind of humor.
I would argue with you on that because Woody Allen, the reason why I like Woody Allen so much is because Woody Allen will go out and tackle different genres. He does not do the same thing over and over again. Even some of his comedies are different. You compare a recent comedy that he's done with some of his wacky stuff like Bananas or Take the Money and Run. I mean, he's done different types of comedies.
But Kevin the humor is all the same. If it wasn't, I wouldn't. Even though he's doing different genres, the jokes are the same. That's why I don't like his movies.
Like I said, Sleeper and Take the Money and Run is not the same thing as his recent film. What was it? One where Barcelona. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was 2 great movies. 2 comedies, 2 different stylings.
Except that I don't like any of them because every time I watch it, I feel like, see, this is the thing is that you don't understand in the comparison. I'm not saying Woody Allen and Kevin Smith are on par with how great of directors they are. That's for everyone else to debate. I'm saying that they make for their comedies for a specific audience that love them and love the nuance of the different things they do. You look at it and talk about, they're different genres and they're different this and they're different that. And I look at it and go, no, they're all the fucking same, and none of them are funny.
What, Woody Allen's movies?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They are not the same.
No, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Woody Allen's movies, they don't make me laugh. And it's because they all feel the same to me. To you, now to me, when you say it's the same joke over and over again, no. Kevin Smith's movies are all very different. They tackle different themes. They're about different stages in Kevin Smith's life. They're very autobiographical to a certain extent about whatever's going on in his life. And he's made movies about that, and each one feels feels different, and the jokes are different. But I can see why you think they're all the same.
I'm going to tell you, you chose the wrong director to compare Kevin Smith to.
No.
You compare something like Match Point to something like one of his comedies.
No. Now
you can look at so many different Woody Allen movies and see how they're different. Now, some of them are the same. He's remade movies pretty much. He's cast people as him in movies, but he's also been able to tackle so many different subjects, so many different genres, movies within the same genre, and they're all different.
But
Kevin
you
Smith,
either love Woody Allen movies or you don't.
I don't love.
That's
not true. Because I don't love every movie he does.
No. But what I'm saying is, people who don't love Woody Allen movies don't end up liking hardly any, if any, of his movies. Whereas Woody Allen fans, much like, I don't love all of Kevin Smith's movies. I love a few of them and I like a lot of them. And there's one or two that I'm not a fan of at all. But, that's not to, that's how you are with Woody Allen. Now, granted, Kevin Smith's been making movies for 14 years, while Woody Allen's been making films for almost 40 years.
I'm going to defend a small part of your point here. I mean, Woody Allen has pretty much made the same movie. Like I said, Match Point is pretty much crimes and misdemeanors in a way, just trumped up with a younger cast and at a different time. Now, I look at Kevin Smith's movies. Every Kevin Smith movie almost has a Star Wars reference to it. All of it is pretty much the same kind of juvenile humor. A lot of it is kind of the same. I mean, the same kind of gross out humor that he does, which I'm thinking, okay, now that was kind of funny in one thing. But
and how does that differ from Woody Allen's dry humor that comes from The Source of Dysfunction? I mean, all of his jokes sound the same.
Not all of them are like that. Like I said, some of his comedies.
No. See, I see where you're coming from, and I see where you're trying to defend it. You're just not realizing that's how I feel about Kevin Smith's movies. I just acknowledge that it's only for a certain audience, that his humor strikes a certain audience that loves it and wants to see that over and over again, just like Woody Allen's humor works best for other folks.
Well, like I said, wait a minute. Is that the co-host box knocking right there?
Hey, co-host.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me pull you out the box before you say something. What? Yeah, what? Wait a minute. I had you recharging. What's going on with you, man?
I thought we were recording. I thought we were going to record our show. What's going on here?
You early, man.
Am I? What time is it?
Do I have you set on a timer or something? What's going on with you?
Oh, wait. I know what it is. You set the timer yesterday, didn't you? You forgot to put his clock back it out.
Okay.
You son of a bitch, Corey. You'll be sleeping right now.
He thought he was gonna, be. He's up and he's like, oh my God, I'm late. And it's like, oh shit, it's an hour ahead.
Yeah, God damn it.
Terrific. All right. Okay. Well, what are you guys talking about?
Nothing. Pretty much. We're talking about Woody Allen and Kevin Smith. Hey, look, you made a point, and I agree with you. Kevin Smith makes. I would stick to my points, and he makes sort of the same kind of movie. The one movie he tried that kind of differently with, and I think it kind of didn't work, was Jersey Girl. And everybody says Jersey Girl is not that good of a movie. Even he makes jokes about that.
Yeah, it's not that good of a movie.
And I think that he tackled sort of drama better. This is why I say I like Chasing Amy. He was able to tackle that better in something like Chasing Amy, and it worked. I don't know why it worked.
Chasing Amy is his best film.
It sure is. But after that, he kind of kept making the movie for, like you say, the fans. Now, I'm on the argument that I wish somebody of his talent would make something a little different and quit feeding into what his fans want. But at the same time, he has a fan base. If that's what those people want, then that's what they're going to get. If he repeats the same thing over and over again, then no, I'm not going to like it because I was never a fan of it in the beginning.
Zack and Miri Make a Porno isn't much different. It's not going to win over anybody who doesn't already love Kevin Smith. But if you're a big Kevin Smith fan, if you're the type of guy that owns or most or all of his movies, this one's going to be for you, and you're going to find it funny as hell like I did.
This guy over here trying to compare Kevin Smith to Woody Allen. Can you get this? I'm just starting shit now.
What?
Now, he's starting shit. Now, what I said.
Now, are we talking about Woody Allen from like the 70s, early 80s, or the Woody Allen of today?
We're talking about his career as a whole.
What we're talking about is we're talking about the fact that Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith makes movies for a specific audience, and there's a specific audience that loves his movies and gets them, and everybody else looks at them and says, oh, that's just like his last movie. And that's how Woody Allen is, where Woody Allen's fans love his movies and just love the fact that he keeps cranking them out, and the rest of everybody goes, oh, he's just making the same movie over and over.
Well, I can't really say that. As far as Kevin Smith, I'm sure he would love to be in that category of he assumes his fans want a certain type of film. But as far as Woody Allen's fans are concerned, I mean, aren't they trying to petition him not to make any more films? Or wasn't that going on in England? They were begging him not to make another film because his films are really starting to suck. And
well, the movie you see, that's the thing. I'm not a blanket Woody Allen fan because as of late, a lot of his movies have not been that good. Match Point was the last.
Match
thing
Point
done,
was like, yeah, it was.
But
decent,
he just that movie. What Christina, somebody Barcelona.
Christina Barcelona.
Yeah, we just call her Christina. There's another chick in there. Didn't you see that?
No.
Okay, that's actually a badass movie, man. I love that movie.
Is this when did this come out?
That came out like a few months ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that movie had no kind of publicity because it was a
small release. It was a small release, but it's actually pretty good.
Wow.
Because they've come to realize that only a certain amount of people are going to go see Woody Allen movies, and they pretty much know when they're coming out.
And look, I'm kind of creeped out by Woody Allen still. I mean, I would
still.
Dear God.
Oh, come on. How do you ever get over that? That's one of those things where it's like, how do you ever forgive? It's kind of like all these people who refuse to forgive
Roman Polanski
for drugging and raping that 14-year-old girl. He raised this girl from 3 years old and then married her.
Yeah, it's weird. But I mean, look, I try to look at the work and I separate it, but in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, damn, was he like dreaming about little kids when he made this sign? I don't know.
He's dreaming about his kids. Come on, put it together, Corey.
But anyways, but like I said, I do like Kevin Smith. Nothing personal against him. I wish that Kevin Smith that I see talking would actually come out in some of the movies instead of like the same movie. But that's just me. But for all his fans that love him, I have nothing against that. I'm not criticizing you guys. So.
Did you not like that movie, the most recent one?
What, Zack and
yeah,
I liked it. Okay, I didn't love it at all. I gave it a rental. I thought because some of it was really funny. Yeah. Actually, those are some things that made me laugh. But for the most part, I'm like, wow, another Star Wars reference. Great, man. How many times you got to do this? And we've all heard Star Wars references from everybody else. Oh, same kind of dirty humor I've heard over and over again too from you.
Did you like it better than Clerks 2?
Man, Clerks 2, I like taking a shit better than Clerks 2. I mean, I like...
who doesn't like taking a shit?
No, well, exactly. You know,
come on. That's
a good review.
That's the best part of some people's day.
I like constipation better than Clerks 2. No,
I
wasn't
love
a big
Clerks
fan
2,
of,
man. Clerks
wasn't
2
a big
is
fan
awesome.
at all. In fact, I thought it was pointless.
You definitely have people who either love it or hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. There's parts of it I liked and parts of it I could...
I love the Hobbit conversation in that. The whole thing
about
Lord of the Rings.
That was pretty damn funny.
Yeah. No, that made me laugh to no end. So anyway.
So you said we've got email.
I do have some email. Now, it's probably not the best email here, but it does answer a question that I figured you could answer here. Because it's something I've often been wondering. I think it kind of changes from time to time. I'm already answering the question without even reading it. Now, my page is doing something crazy here where whenever I try to go to read my email, it takes me back to another page. But I got the email memorized. I don't need to go back to it. It's from Deadpool. Deadpool wants to know, when does summer blockbuster season start? It said it's been starting earlier and earlier every year.
It's summer blockbuster season starts the beginning of May now. It hasn't gotten earlier and earlier in the last 5-6 years.
So it's not April?
No, it can't be April. The thing is it starts in May because that's when kids start getting out of school in different places. That's when college kids have let out. And that's when it can't be in April. The people have tried to start it up in April and in March, and it just never gets the kind of money. And really, summer starts when the first big, huge blockbuster makes its money.
And that's what he said. He says, some people say April, others say March. No, hell no, it's not March. Come on. Others June. He says, I think it's the beginning of May, but you guys know much more than me. And I was going to say you were right. It's the beginning of May, but...
Yeah, no, it's the beginning of May. It's several years ago they kept pushing it earlier and earlier, and Iron Man proved that you put out a great summer film at the beginning of May, you will make serious bank.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do that near the tail end of April now at some point, like trying to get a jump on something. Because
they did that this year and it didn't work.
What did they do it with?
I can't even remember what the films were, but they were trying to throw out summer style films in April, and they just never took.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get it when the kids are out and everybody's like hyped up. I mean, because May, just people in the back of people's minds, something just switches. May, shit, I'm crazy now. It's summertime, bring it on. I'm ready to go swimming. I'm ready to
getting hot.
Yeah, shit. I mean, April it still says springtime.
And now we're in the weird season. I was at Target the other day. And I'm buying Halloween candy because I was all excited because, I just bought my house this year and this is my first year.
Did you buy candy corn?
I did, but not to give out to kids. I bought it for myself.
No, you're a fan of candy corn?
I like candy corn.
I love Grandma's candy corn.
I actually bought, I experimented. I bought caramel candy corn.
They got caramel candy corn?
They got caramel candy corn. So I bought some of that for myself and then I bought tons of candy for the kids. And so I got to sit out on my lawn and give out candy. It was really fun. But so I'm going there and I'm buying candy. And these motherfuckers are putting up Christmas displays.
Oh yeah,
and I look over and I'm like, dude, Halloween's tomorrow. Can you give us some time? And he looks over and he goes, we only got 2 more days before Christmas season. Got to get a jump on it. It's like, what? It's like, what the fuck?
He's so angry. He's throwing shit across the room. Goddamn Christmas decorations.
Like, damn.
No, man, they got Christmas decorations and shit. I'll go to Home Depot. They got fucking Santa Claus at the greeting door. I'm like, goddamn.
They're trying to confuse us with our seasons, I guess.
I guess so. Turkeys are sitting around saying, I hope you forget about me. But man, I'm the same with you, man. We don't get a break. I mean, they really want you to buy this shit as early as possible.
I'll tell you what, though. I am primed for Thanksgiving. I went to Marie Callender's today, and they got turkeys all over the place.
But you bought your Thanksgiving dinner early, like it's in the
freezer. No. I just know it's Sunday. I went out to Sunday brunch at Marie Callender's, who they have an awesome freaking brunch, and so I went and had brunch, and so, but they've got all these turkey pictures and all over the place. They got the whole big display. Buy your turkey dinner from us.
Corey already stocked up on his.
I know. I got
a hungry man.
Yeah,
hungry
he got 2 hungry men. I know. Thanksgiving.
It's because his family doesn't love him.
I know. I'm gonna invite a homeless guy over to eat with me. When he's gonna look at me, what the fuck is this shit? Get a real dinner. I'm going home.
What? You couldn't go to Marie Callender's, you cheap bastard?
You motherfucker. I'm going to the Whippy and to get a beer. But you got $1. But no, man, candy corn. Do you have any left over? Because that shit is like gold for me.
I do.
You got to give me some.
I've got a bowl of candy corn and caramels.
Oh, I'm actually shocked you guys like that crap.
Man, candy corn is
I don't get it.
Man.
It doesn't look like you should be putting that in your mouth. It's like something you feed your parrot. I'm sorry, but it's funny because I read an article about candy that kids just do not want anymore, and candy corn was on the top of that list.
Yeah, no, candy corn.
Good, more for me.
Yeah, no, it's one of those weird things. It's I was talking to a friend about it the other day that candy goes in weird cycles, and candy is really popular for a while, and then it becomes dramatically unpopular. It's like old women who love hard candies. It's like, You want a hard candy? Yeah. Hard candies aren't cool to us. No, we don't like hard candy. But like me and Corey, we love the candy corn. And the kids today are like, don't give me that cheap ass candy corn.
Get this shit out
like my
face.
Grandma.
I want a Snickers.
That's that shit my grandma always tried to shove down my face.
Yeah, exactly. Now I will tell you,
pelt her over the head with
candy corn. It worries me because it disappears. Like a few days after Halloween, it is gone. Yeah. And the only candy corn you can get is the candy corn that's left over from people like you, Carlisle. And then I'm thinking, the candy corn that we're eating this year, is that the same shit that was left over from last year?
Yes.
And I understand what you're saying about kids not liking it because when I was a kid, I would put it in my mouth. Now, when you put candy corn in your mouth at first, it has no real flavor. And you spit on it, what the fuck is this? But one day I finally bit into it and I was like, that's candy corn. That's why it's here.
No,
This is candy corn.
This is
for all these years.
This is candy corn. Kick.
I know. Are you not entertained? Yes, I am. Shit, I love it.
I actually start genre film.
I know. You were talking about Meet the Spark. You talking about
I was not talking about Meet the Spark. Shut the fuck up.
I'm talking about what you call it. The Ridley Scott movie, Gladiator. Yeah,
Gladiator. What happened to Gladiator 2?
What?
Is that still in production?
No, it never. They kicked it around, and everybody kept rolling their eyes and going, "No, they can't do it."
It's funny because I had this guy I knew, and he kept on joking about Gladiator 2. He's like, "Gladiator 2, greatest movie ever! I can't wait for it to come out summer 2010." And then I read that they were actually going to make it, and I was like, "Oh,
they were looking at it, and as far as I've heard, it's not happening. What they are doing is 301. I don't know what they're going to actually call it.
Is that the Frank Miller prequel, or no? It's a sequel.
It's the sequel. It's about the battle that takes place a year later.
Yeah.
And
I read they were going to try to have 2 battles going on in there.
They might. I look. You are looking at a man who could not give a shit.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy the first one. It was a fun art school project, but it was overrated.
Oh, really? I loved it. I love it. I loved it. But I heard Frank Miller's writing it right now because it's when he's done with that book, they're supposed to.
I hope there are no women in it because Frank Miller doesn't like the ladies.
Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I mean, hey, the more skimpy outfits they can wear, the better. But I don't know. I thought 300 was actually they toned it down as far as the women, the women being whores aspect of it.
No, in fact, the thing is in Frank Miller's book, the wife appears in one frame of the comic book and says, "Come back with your shield or on it." And then the movie, it's like, here's a 20-minute rape story for those women who would like something less masculine.
And all the guys who like rape.
That book is so damn short, though. I was actually, when I heard they were working on that project, I was actually shocked.
That's why they filmed everything in slow motion.
Yeah.
That would make
sense. It's like, why is it taking a minute to get over this hill on the horse? Because it's a short novel. Shut up.
So while you guys were talking, I found a good email. Actually, it's a good segue from what we're talking about here. 300 was a graphic novel that was made into a movie. Now, the same guy, Zack Snyder, who made that, is making Watchmen.
Right.
And Watchmen, Watchmen is a very big novel.
I haven't heard anything about that. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking to you. Talking to people like that who don't know. All right, so... we have an email here from Tom W.
Now you've made me hungry for candy corn.
I know, man. I know.
Sitting here like, I can't wait to get home and get
kids,
candy corn.
Kids, look, give candy corn a chance. I know you probably don't like it at first, but...
No, all we are saying...
Give candy
corn a chance.
You can take that candy corn and stick it up your pumpkin.
Oh, come on now. Stop it. All right, so Tom W. has this to say. He says, I am excited about the Watchmen movie that is coming out, but I think they will get rid of some of the plot to make a movie out of it. And I think it could be, he says, I think it could ruin the film because every character has their own arc. And to me, that is what makes the graphic novel what it is. And it cannot be brought into a movie. What would your opinions be? No, when they say that, when Zack Snyder says, I'm doing this sort of as a page-to-page translation of the book, that is not true. First of all, I don't know if he said that. He said that he's using the book as a Bible. But that book is so dense. I mean, they have articles in the book that can't be put into a movie.
No, but that's the stuff it's so easy to cut stuff out of that, out of the book. It's just like, it's so easy to go, snip, the pirate story's gone.
Exactly.
Snip,
when she's making a DVD of the pirate story.
That's going to be a separate DVD.
Yeah, in the movie.
It's supposed to come out at the same time as the movie does.
Yeah, in the movie, there's they make metaphors with different article stories, and there's a pirate story that they're talking about through the whole thing that they keep referencing back and forth. That cannot be in the movie, but they can make a DVD out of it, like he said he's doing. What I heard that they're doing with this movie is that they're taking the ending. And I don't know if this is true, if they're still doing it, but they're taking the ending and they're changing it around. I won't say how it ends in the book. I won't say how it ends in the movie. But they said it's way too crazy in the book, and they're making it more realistic in the movie.
It's not that it's way too crazy in the book. It's that shares too much. It was ripped off too heavily by Heroes. And as a result... Now they're like, well, people are going to watch this and think we ripped it off from the Heroes.
Well, it wasn't ripped off from Heroes. Heroes probably ripped it
No, that's what I'm saying, is that Heroes ripped off The Watchmen. The Watchmen's been around for like 25 years as a book. Yeah. And so it ripped off The Watchmen. And so they're afraid that when they put out this movie that people are going to be disappointed because it has the same ending as Heroes to a certain degree.
Well, with this, they said that...
So... But the problem is that the ending is the whole fucking point of the book.
Yeah.
You know, the whole book works towards the ending, and when you go back and reread it or look at all the events that happen in the book, you're like, oh, shit.
Exactly.
It makes so much sense. I am so terrified of this now. I have been a harbinger of doom on this for like 2 years, and people have been giving me a hard time like, come on, lay off. He might do it right. And I'm like, I'm just worried. And everyone's like, oh, no. He's sticking to the book. He's sticking to the book. He's sticking to the book. And I finally allowed myself to get excited. I looked at that trailer and said, that's the comic book. Holy crap, this is awesome. And then somebody's like, oh, you know, I was talking to Rick Claw, and Rick Claw's like, well, you know they changed the ending, right? I'm like, what?
Yeah. Now, they said that they could still go back and probably redo the ending to make it more authentic to the book, even if any of this is true, because it was still rumored. I don't know how much of this is
Well,
true
they did say they were going to cut out like an hour. The studio is making them cut out a good portion of the film, but I guess they're going to do a Lord of the Rings where there's going to be an extended cut of the film.
Oh, really?
When it hits DVD, yeah, because they basically, the studio's like, there's no way we're going to release a huge epic, a 3 hour plus film. Yeah.
Anybody who's seen who has read the book, it's not going to be ruined if you inquire about what they do to the ending of the movie. But it will make you worry because you're going to be confused. It's going to be like the whole point of the ending of that book was to achieve this, and how they're going to do it now. And I'll give it a chance. I'm still excited, at least from a visual standpoint. I'm like, this looks great. It'll just.
I'm still pumped about it.
Yeah, the new trailer I saw I thought was incredible. But I'm like you. I'm not allowing myself to be bought into it completely. So
well, you can't. Yeah, I mean. When have you ever seen a trailer where you're like, all right, that's the greatest movie of all time?
There's been lots of movies like that, and I finally just said,
Corey, how old are you?
Disappointed too many times. Fuck you, you son of a bitch. But yeah, so that's that, man. Anything else you want to talk about here? You mean?
Not particularly. I mean, the one thing that I've been turning everybody on to this week, if you have not seen the trailer for Gran Torino, speaking of trailers that look awesome, that new trailer for Clint Eastwood's new film, Gran Torino, that movie looks badass. Have you downloaded this yet?
No.
Co-host?
What is this about?
This is about an old dude that's kind of like a cross between Dirty Harry and Archie Bunker, who has a group of Chinese people move in next door, and at first he doesn't like them, and then a Chinese gang is kind of whooping the shit out of him, and he comes out and puts down the Clint Eastwood beat down on him, and then ends up becoming like this neighborhood hero that he's trying not to be.
It's like a Death Wish movie?
Yeah.
Sort of like that, except...
And it looks, the trailer is just so bad. When Clint Eastwood is staring down the barrel of that rifle and goes, "Get off my lawn." It's just so freaking cool.
Except it's like you could tell it's a movie because there's one scene where he doesn't have that gun. He goes and beats the shit out of some young Chinese guy. In reality, you know he'd probably get his ass beat by this kid. You know
Unless he's Clint Eastwood.
Unless he's Clint Eastwood, yeah. So Clint Eastwood thought he was Spike Lee and was beating the shit out of him.
All right, well, I'm in. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, no, it's a good trailer, man. I'm worried about where the movie could go, but I'm excited about it too. It could be fun.
Yeah, that trailer got me so primed and hyped. It was the only trailer I've seen recently that just got me like, oh, I can't fucking wait.
What's the release date on that?
It's sometime in December.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and he's happy about it too. He's like, I get to beat up Chinese people.
We're not Chinese, we Korean.
It doesn't matter.
And by the way, how awesome is Quantum of Solace?
What's that?
You guys
saw that, right?
Yeah, we saw Quantum of Solace. We did the review like an hour ago, but it won't be up for about 2 weeks. So I just wanted to say, God damn, is that a good fucking
okay,
bomb.
I don't know why he's like, was that an awesome movie? Because he knows what
I was like needling you.
I thought nobody here thought it was bad. I actually thought it was fun and it was good.
All right.
He thought it was great. I didn't think it was as good as Casino Royale. As a matter of fact, I thought they took a step back.
As a group, we're split down the middle. The question is who do the other two side with? Does it go black and white, or do we get all Oreo?
That's right.
About
yeah, you should listen to it. Is this a race issue here?
Oh no!
It's an interesting review, and there was a big throwdown in the middle of it.
Oh yeah,
there was a fight.
Man, let me tell you something. Me and Leon, we said, you know what? We're really getting tired of seeing a white James Bond. We really want to see a black James Bond.
What? What the hell's wrong with you?
And then
you guys smoking crack?
Cyrus was arguing that no, he felt that what we needed was a pasty white, overweight, aging Bond, and
why not?
And it turned into a big brawl.
Oh, God, why not an Eskimo 007?
I knew you were going to say Eskimo. No, that's not what it was about. We were joking.
No, it was Cyrus and Leon had a difference of opinion, and it got a little heated.
Wow,
it was odd because
I've been noticing those guys have been going at it lately. I don't know what the deal is.
They love each other.
That's what I figured. That's what I was trying to put that together.
Me and Corey were like the quiet ones. We're kind of sitting over the side going, dudes, you guys need to chill the fuck out.
Him and I were looking at each other, and every now and then I try and spur it on because like Cyrus would argue with Leon. I'd be like, gone. But really, we looked at each other like, damn, what's going on over here?
There was a moment where I'm like, nerd fight, round one. And Cyrus just looks at me. He's like, you shut the fuck up and don't step in my lines. And it's like, whoa, this is getting serious up in here.
I loved it, man. I was sitting back and grinning. I mean, and for a moment, he's like, that's a moment where he was just kind of like, I ain't going to say shit. I'm just going to sit back and soak this in.
You know what? This is going to... My name's Paul. This is between y'all.
You know something, man? I knew that was going to happen because... First of all, Leon loves James Bond so much that was the one where he was actually going to defend that shit to the death. And Cyrus and Leon get along so well that once Cyrus felt like he was attacked by Leon, he was going to get mad. He's going to be like, you motherfucker.
Is this like going to be the end of Leog?
No. It wasn't. It was one of those.
They're going to go home and give each other reach around.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be all right.
I thought that's probably why the audio fucked up. They probably got no fight and screwed up all their equipment. They're rolling around on the floor.
Yeah, crash the table and shit. They'll go home and feed each other candy corn naked. It'll be all right.
God,
another vote against candy corn.
Candy corn rocks. Okay,
another reason to hate candy corn.
You know what? I guess the only other thing to say is, if any of you lazy motherfuckers listening to this that haven't voted in early voting or don't have early voting, Tuesday, motherfuckers, get out there.
By all means,
whoever you vote for, and I know we in this room disagree, but the point is, get out there and fucking vote.
Yes.
Yeah, no, do we disagree?
I voted for Kodos. That's me.
Yeah, you got the bumper sticker to prove it. Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
He is running, right? I saw it on TV the other day. It was like on Halloween.
Yes, he is. Yes. Okay. Please, I'm glad robots can't vote.
I hate to waste a vote.
But no, by all means, yes, Carlisle is right. Please go out and vote. People should vote for all the different reasons. You should vote because it's your God-given right to do that. You should vote because people fought for you to, and that's all people. I'm not just saying
this is the most important election in the history of mankind.
Yeah, fuck that. No, the point is you need to vote so that for the next 4 years you've got bragging rights on being able to bitch about the motherfucker that gets in office. Because whoever it's going to be is going to fuck this country up, and we want to be able to say, you know what? Either I voted for your ass or, you know what, I voted against you, but I can speak because at least I fucking stepped up.
And if you vote, you're going to be a part of history, too. I mean, no matter who wins.
And they give you a cute little sticker.
Yeah, and I wore mine on my forehead.
They gave me a sticker, but it was written in Spanish.
I didn't think
I didn't get that.
I didn't think robots could vote. When did you guys have the right to vote?
I wore a Halloween mask. I wore my Richard Nixon mask.
He casted his vote on the Simpsons website, and they gave him a sticker virtually in an email.
Damn.
But also. Something I told people I'd mention, and it's open to all you guys. I have a cousin that lives in London. I'm due to visit him very soon. And you people in London have decided to take it upon yourselves to make a party in London when I get there. And so
you people, first of all, it's
people.
fucking Renegade again.
Renegade and somebody else. I don't know if who was it. It was about 3 people who kicked this off. So I'm just saying, if you guys let me know when you want to do it, I will go when you want me to go. I was planning on going in January to see my cousin, but if you want me to go earlier, I will go. So, and it sounds like a lot of people want to have. And when I say party, I'm not talking about like the one we did here in Texas. It'll be like sort of a real meet and greet kind of mixer people hanging out kind of thing.
Except without any of us.
Well, like I said, I'm going to see my cousin. You guys are more than welcome to go. It's not like anybody's paying for my trip or anything like that.
I'll go if we're going to Amsterdam.
You know what? You're making a joke, but I was thinking about making a trip there while I was there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was going to get on a train and go there.
I hear they have excellent brownies.
Really?
They're famous for their brownies. Are you kidding me? Everyone I talk to is like, dude, they have the best brownies in Amsterdam.
And their hash browns are really good too. So.
Their hash browns?
Their hash browns are good. So I said I'd
tempting.
Mention that. So Nick Hodges was the one of the main guys getting this together. So
I guess maybe if Renegade's got all this spare money, maybe you should pay to fly the Spill crew out to London for this party.
Renegade ain't going.
He's not.
No, he's just
organizing.
He just loves to organize. Renegade is like a homeroom teacher or something. He just loves to organize shit.
What's wrong with that guy?
He just loves to do shit like that. So anyway, you guys let me know what the deal is, and we'll organize it, and I'll go whenever you want me to go. So. That's that. As you said, go out and vote. Go see Quantum of Solace and all that kind of shit. Tell us what you think. Blah, blah, blah. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
See ya. All right, let's go do our shit.